Well, Christine, it's been quite a busy morning here around Mount Elizabeth. As you can see, there's fire trucks behind me. The road also has been blocked off to allow access to the other trucks, and there's also been a number of police cars to ensure safety. Now, the hospital, Parkway Health, which owns the hospital, as well as the SCDF, they've come out with statements to highlight that there have been no injuries so far, and the fire was set off. It came about at about 6:30 a.m. About 60 staff were safely evacuated and no injuries were reported. The hospital is working closely with SCDF to determine the actual cause of the fire. We understand that it was confined to the space of an office, which was behind the cafeteria at level 1 of Block C of the office. And we spoke to a number of staff who had to be evacuated for safety reasons, and this is what they had to say.
I start 5 o'clock for the morning breakfast, and I smell the smoke come out.
And then what happened?
The smoke is quite big. Around 6 o'clock like that. Then we go out for the kitchen.
What time you come in?
6:30 we go in.
Yeah, but then when you came here, what did you see?
We never see anything, just come in here because the policemen asked us to come here.
There were also this member of a staff that I spoke to and said this is the first time that she's experienced something like this in the 18 years that she's worked at this hospital. So, definitely a very confusing and different kind of mornings this Sunday morning here in Mount Elizabeth.
Gina, you talked about how the cause of the fire is still being investigated right now. What do you understand about how those messages may have been communicated to the staff and those people attending at the hospital this morning?
Yeah, according to the staff that I spoke to, they said that around about 6:30 or 7 a.m. they were asked by their managers to move out of the hospital, and they stayed at the roadside just waiting for updates. So for a number of hours they were staying outside. But from what we saw, they were well taken care of by the hospital. Bottles of water were distributed. And according to a statement from the CEO of Mount Elizabeth Hospital, he said that he apologizes for the inconvenience caused to patients and visitors, and especially the neighbors around the hospital, as there's a number of residential blocks around the hospital.